Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Got a question in from Bilal Ansari. Hi, I am sure you must be getting this question quite often, but it's really hectic to decide, hence need some guidance of pros like you who are well versed with most of the camera technology. I've been following you since the last few days, and I see you recommend stuff as per the requirement of person, unlike the comparing sites which just gamble with scores and create more confusion. And I'll just interrupt there to say, that's really what you need to do. Anybody, when you're shopping, you got to figure out what works for you. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Essentially, all you could really, these days technology is so far advanced that most of these cameras are going to be okay. But some have features that may be more applicable to what you want to do with them. And so that's a great point that he's pointing out there, and that's what I try to steer people to. I am absolutely new to DSLRs and will be buying my first one shortly. To tell you the fact, I'm inspired by a friend who is a pro photographer and only deals with Nikon cameras for some reason. Well, it's brand-centric, right? Some people love Canon, some people love Nikon, some people love Panasonic, whatever. It's Ford Chevy thing, right? He recommended the D7000 to me for a start, but as there are other models at entry level, I confused myself. And that's understandable because there's a lot available, and it can be daunting if you're just getting into it to know what the differences are. I am confused between the D5300, D5500, and D7100. The D300 and 5500 are like the current smartphones from Nikon, feature-rich, whereas D7100 has features like those of the pro level. Which of these will actually be user-friendly and futuristic, as whatever I buy will want to use it for 2 to 3 years? There is one more confusion, the biggest one, Canon versus Nikon, because there are 700D, 750D, and 760D available with touchscreen to all of them. Is there any major difference or points to consider which choosing between the two brands? Okay, so first off, I would say that the generalization I would make between Nikon and Canon right now, and folks, you feel free to jump in and argue with me or leave a disagreement comment in the comments, but I would say that Canon a little stronger on video, Nikon stronger on photography. Nikon has a little better autofocus systems, I feel, in those cameras, and a little better image quality. Canon has only recently caught up in megapixels, and they still haven't caught up in image quality at those megapixels. In other words, Nikon's a little better at high ISO, low light. Nikon's got a little bit more dynamic range, a little bit better just files in general. And when I say a little bit, enough that it's noticeable, okay? Not that Canon's bad or unusable, but Nikon's better. Now, on the movie end of it, on the video end of it, Canon's got some better features, especially when you have like the dual pixel AF systems, which basically gives you as close as we can get to a camcorder-like follow focus where we're following a subject smoothly with the camera. The Nikons don't do that as well in video. The Canons have this new technology, the dual pixel AF, which works very well. So if you're heavily into wanting to do video, then I would recommend looking at the Canons. The 750 or the 760D are the ones I would recommend, or a 70D. You can get one used for probably less than those two new, or the new 80D. All very good options in that regard. None of those ones do 4K though. So if you're really into video and want 4K, like what I like, then the Panasonic G7 is something to look at. But you didn't bring that up, so we're going to stick with Nikon and Canon. However, I just wanted to throw it in there. If 4K video is interesting to you, then have a look at the Panasonic G7, perhaps the best value out there right now. I'll put a link below for all these cameras for you. The Nikon D7100 and 7200 do give you kind of like the APS-C Pro level cameras. I know they're coming out with the D500 at the top end of it, but you do get most of the Pro features, dual command dials and things like that, a little bit more rugged body, top-end autofocus systems in the 7100 and the 7200. The difference between those two cameras is that the 7200 has a little bit better buffer depth for shooting, for how fast it will shoot without stopping and having right to the card. Essentially, that's the biggest thing is right there. The 5500 is newer than the 5300, and it gives you some newer advanced features. And it's a very nice little camera. Carbon fiber body. I really like it. And if you like the Nikons and you want one that's more conducive to video, then the 5500 is, I think, what I recommend. It's small and light, and it has a flip-out vari-angle screen. It's got some touch controls on the screen. Very nice little camera. I really like the 5500. Not to say I don't like I think maybe the best value right now might be the 7100, because the 72's out. You can get the 71 for a great deal, and it packs a heck of a punch. It's a camera that you could use right out of the bat, right off the bat, learning. and you can use it for 2 or 3 years and grow into it, and could still be happy with it for years because it's a very, very good performing camera. If you are heavily into video though, you may prefer the 5500 just for the screen and some of the other video functions, or the Canons. If you're into video, maybe your better bet, because they're still very good photography cameras, but a little bit better for video. So again, if you're really into video, look at the Canons more. If your primary concern is photography and a better photography camera, you're going to get a little bit better bang for your buck, I think, out of the Nikons. That's what I feel. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Leave some comments below. If you agree or disagree, let us know why. Let's be civil. Let's chat about it. We don't want to get into the big fanboy debate of, I like this and you're an idiot type thing, because it's amazing how quickly it degenerates to that. But we can certainly discuss it. Thanks for your question, Bilal. Hopefully I've helped you out. Hopefully the rest of our viewers will chime in and you can read all of their input and help you out and see what you want to do. Again, I was trying to direct my questions more to what you're going to do with it and help you decide that way. So thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.